Hey, hi guys. Good morning, and of course, welcome to the the demo session one. I hope you guys are pretty much aware like what is this demo is all about. I don't think so. Again, I have to you know explain that, right? I think most of the people are clear, right? This is like a cybersecurity demo where we are going to cover and learn about um, like of course penetration testing course that with a proper plan, right? So basically for the people who wanted to get into cybersecurity and especially into vulnerability assessment and penetration testing domain, we have created a plan. Okay, we have created a plan in a five uh, different phases, I can say, right? So if someone who is following this particular path, right? So yeah, at the end of the day, they'll become a penetration tester, and you'll start applying the jobs for the penetration testing. Okay, so I'll share my screen and we'll quickly um, discuss about what is this five phases that we need to follow and how this course is basically structured, right? So guys, anyone who wants to get into uh, cybersecurity or ethical hacking or penetration testing or any domain, right? For them, it is essential to have the networking and operating system knowledge, right? So what we, I mean, it is not like directly we'll be teaching you or maybe making you to learn the cybersecurity first, right? So first, our intention is to give you the good foundation. Okay, that's where first we are going to teach you the networking and the operating system knowledge, right? Because if you know this foundation very well, okay, later part, okay, when we are playing with maybe exploits, vulnerabilities, scanning, okay. So, this core knowledge is something which is going to help you and which is going to even uh, easy for you to digest the other topics, right? So this is a phase one where we'll be spending, I can say approximately 1 week or more than a 1 week, okay, depending on the batch again, right? And then we'll start with the ethical hacking and the VAPT essentials, right? So ethical hacking is, I can say, a beginner level course when someone wants to get into the cybersecurity. This is like kind of a mandatory kind of a course, right? So, I mean, see, it's very simple, right? If you want to become an ethical hacker or cybersecurity professional or a penetration tester, you have to know how the hackers are breaking into the system, what sort of tools that they are using, okay? What is this hacking process that they are following it, right? You need to also understand the bad guys, right? I mean, you're going to become a good guy, okay? I mean, white hat ethical hacker who will be working for some organizations to uh, safeguard their infrastructure from the attacks which are uh, going to happen from the outside, right? So ethical hacking will give you that knowledge. Okay, it'll give you that skills. Okay, like a in an offensive way, like an attacker, how the attacker is going to use the different tools, techniques, processes to break into the system. The same way, here we are also going to learn this, guys. Right? We are going to acquire the hacker's mindset over here, right? When you know how the hackers are, breaking into the system, what techniques, what tools they are using. When you're working as a defender, okay, when you're working as a ethical hacker for some organization, it is very easy for you to apply the countermeasures to stop them, right? So yeah. So ethical hacking is also something, which is part of the specific course. Okay. So here we are going to discuss like 5 phases of hacking, starting from reconnaissance to doing the exploitation, post exploitation, clearing the tracks and all. And then here itself you will understand the difference between penetration testing and the vulnerability assessment. Of course, here this is like a thorough, sessions, guys. Like it is not like some theory, we are going to cover it over here. Everything, like I can say, most of the 80%, I can say, it's all about practicals, right? If you're coming to ethical hacking course and if we are giving you some theoretical stuff, it will not make sense. It is full on hands-on, I can say labs, and everything is practical. Even I can show you like how we are dealing with the previous batches, right? Yeah. Uh, yeah. So in the phase two, we are going to cover this ethical hacking part, right? So once you have the skills, okay, ethical hacking skills, then we are also going to cover some of the intermediate hacking skills. Okay, like maybe I can say mostly uh, like buffer overflows, password cracking, privilege escalations, okay, maintaining the access, covering the tracks, post exploitation, how to maintain the persistence. Okay, like networking related attacks also you're going to learn it, like sniffing, denial of a service attack, password cracking attack. Okay, so all these are like some of the intermediate hacking skills. Okay, so which will see, if you know all of these skills, right, you can apply all of these skills in a systematic way to learn the penetration testing. Got my point? See, after doing ethical hacking, you might not directly able to land up into the uh, this particular domain. Okay, so that's where what we have done along with this VAPT course itself. Okay, from the scratch. Okay, from the very beginning to advanced. Okay, we have created this, right? So this is important, right? Till here, all these are essential skills. Okay, till phase three. And phase four is very important. That's where you are going to learn how to perform the penetration testing for web, APIs, network. And also you are going to learn SSDLC. Okay, which is, I mean, we have software development life cycle. In each phase of the software development life cycle, what sort of a security that we can add it. Okay, what sort of a security that we can implement it, and how we can help the uh, product more secure, right? So when it comes to web application pen testing, of course, we'll be covering the OWASP top 10 with the tools like Burp Suite or OWASP Zap. And API pen testing, we are going to use the Postman, right? And for network pen testing, of course, we have a lot of tools which we are going to use it as a part of the Linux operating system, Kali Linux operating system, like Nmap, okay, Wireshark, Metasploit. Okay, there are more, right? And then once we are done with the pen testing, okay, of course, you have to spend time for doing the lab challenges, and we will give you interview questions to you. Okay, and if in case if you're also looking or going for any kind of a certification in the information security, we can also give you the guidance for the certification. And then report writing is also something covered by me, right? How to write the report and how to generate the reports, because it is important, right? Whatever you have done till now, let's say you have identified certain attack, certain vulnerabilities. So how do you represent those vulnerabilities to the right people? By writing a report, right? Of course, how do we write the report is something, again, we'll be covering it. I mean, once we're done with it, right, it takes at least, I can say, um, maybe 3 months if you are like not having any knowledge about the IT. Okay, if someone is already like if someone is working in the IT, maybe have some sort of a knowledge in it, and if you are willing to spend maybe a good amount of a time every day, for you it will become easy. Okay, I can say 2 months maybe, right? It's all about doing the practical stuff and learning it and connecting all these dots. Where do we use it? Okay, how it will be useful. And then, of course, when you go to the interview, that's how you need to convert. And the same thing we have planned day by day. Okay, you can see we have all these sessions planned properly. So if you follow this guide, okay, yeah. So day 1 to you have day 65, right? So this is a plan that we have created. If someone who is following this plan, of course, they'll be directly able to land up into the penetration testing. All the essential topics, okay, skills that we are going to cover as a part of it. And and everything, of course, as I said, we are doing it with the labs. Um, so this is my local lab setup, right? I have created it using a virtualization platform called Oracle Virtual Box Manager. Inside that, I have my Kali Linux operating system, and then I have some other operating systems as well. So it's like my Kali Linux operating system will work as an attacker system for me. Okay, like the Kali Linux is basically a open source Debian based operating system which is meant for security people. Okay, so of course it's a free operating system, right? Open source. It's a penetration testing distribution. So it has all the necessary tools pre-installed in it. So we are also going to use this operating system as an attacker system. And of course, where we are going to attack and learn with some other operating system which we have created over here. Okay. Like Ubuntu, Windows 10, maybe server, or Windows 7, or we have some vulnerable operating systems over here, right? So depending on the type of attack that we are going to learn it, we uh, going to use a different target operating system, right? If you see here, I have a Windows, and this is my Linux operating system, right? So initially, all the practicals and all, I'll be doing it here itself. Okay. Once I have the hands-on experience, once I know in and out about the tools, then you can apply all of the skills in the real time, right? Yeah. So, okay, this is a Kali, and here you can see all these tools related to penetration testing and hacking are properly, uh, I can say arranged, okay, segregated, right? Information gathering tools, vulnerability assessment tool, web application, database, password, wireless attacks, reverse engineering, exploitation, sniffing and spoofing, post exploitation, forensics reporting, social engineering, right? And some of the useful links for offensive sec, right? So this is one part, okay, related to labs. Of course, once you get started, I'll help you to set up these labs, and you know uh, we can guide you how to do this lab setup and all, right? This is also there here, lab setup part. Yeah, right. So we'll help you to set up the labs. Once we're done with the lab setup, uh, okay, maybe before that, I'll show you how we are doing it right now with uh, the other existing batches, right? Uh, So this is, right now we are doing batch 6. Um, okay, you can see here. These all are recent assignments which I have given to them. And this is how the people are completing all these assignments, right? Suppose if I look into, someone's assignment, right? So you will understand, right, how they are doing the assignments. It's all practicals. Okay, you just need to, whatever you perform, you just need to add the screenshots, okay, with the description. Understand? Like you can see how many assignments we have given to them till now for the previous batch, right? You can see every day after the sessions, you have the assignments for them, right? Suppose if I'm clicking on something, you will see out of 5, of course, 5 people have completed it. Okay. Okay. This is a recent one. Out of 8, 2 people have completed it. So likewise, uh, yeah, after every session, you will be having an assignment and you need to follow that assignment and complete it. Got it? So this is how we have planned, uh, for the whole course, guys. Yeah, maybe if someone have any question, you can let me know because I've just started explaining the things, right? Um, yeah, yeah, guys. Can you hear me? If you have any questions, right? If you have any questions related to the course, okay, you can feel free to clarify your doubts. So no questions. Even if you don't have any questions, you can let me know. Okay, Sham says no. What about others? Chetan, Girish, Ritvik, Shekhar, Sham. See, this is a demo session, right? Uh, maybe I'm thinking in this way. Okay. Some of you, maybe would have done some kind of a background work before coming to this session. Okay, they might be knowing something, but still every person have some kind of a gray areas in their mind. Okay, they feel hesitate to ask and clarify it. But that is very, very important. Right? Until unless if you're not clarifying your doubts, right? So the same gray area, will be there. Okay, and you will be get stuck there only, right? Okay, so about the course timings, I got one question. Yeah, so we are planning to have this session between the 8 to 9 in the morning, right? So yeah, 8 to 9 is the timing that we are planning for. We have another batch also, which is running in between 8 to 9 again in the evening also, right? So we do 2 different batches, morning 8 to 9 and evening 8 to 9. So whatever you feel comfortable, accordingly, you can also join. Okay. So only online class or even offline class are also there. Right now we have online sessions only. Okay. Uh, yeah, we don't have offline sessions. As you know, right, when um, of course, as a working professional, of course, I'm also working, and um, you know, as a working professional, I'll get very less time. So if I maybe take offline sessions, I think my all time goes for traveling itself. Um, right. Of course, we have some plans in the future to do the offline sessions, but not immediately. But right now, whatever we have is only online sessions. And I'm having first experience in aviation. Switch to IT and cybersecurity. Yeah, Shekhar, you can do that. Okay, you can do that. Um, yeah, and once you see this, the whole plan, right? I can say close to 12 weeks plan. If you follow this plan, okay, yeah, you will be able to land up in the cybersecurity job. And it is also planned in a way that like any person who is not having any experience, right, if they get started with it, yeah, they'll be able to reach. Okay. Yeah. So this is like first session, I can say, maybe I'm talking more about, um, you know, the course and the process and how we are going to cover it. Okay, what we have done for the previous batches, and the same way, of course, we are implementing it, right? Um, yeah. So this is how we have also the all the content, okay, in the form of a slides, right? So we are using this content for, of course, teaching. Okay. Um, yeah, basically, I want you to interact more, but most of the people are silent. So uh, the more you interact, of course, the more I'm ready to share the knowledge, right? And there is no need to even hesitate, guys. Okay, you're coming to learn here. So yeah. Any questions? How many of you know, as a pen tester, what will be the work? Hmm? As an ethical hacker or as a pen tester or a cybersecurity professional, what will be your work? Anyone wanted to maybe uh, can explain? Yeah, guys. Even like Telugu also fine. Telugu explain just now. Okay, I know Telugu. Hmm? As a cybersecurity professional or ethical hacker or a penetration tester, what is our job? What we do? Hope you can hear me, right? Because most of the people are silent. No, no one wants to. See, guys, when when we have the right skills and once we onboarded to some organization, right? In cybersecurity. Our responsibility is to safeguard all the assets from the malicious attacks or unauthorized access by using a wide range of strategies, tools, and practices designed to safeguard the digital systems and information from threats such as hacking, malware, and data breaches. Right? When you're working in cybersecurity, your responsibility is to protect all the assets of the organizations, okay, from the threats like attacks. Okay. So we protect it by using the security best practices and by using strategies, tools, and of course security best practices designed to safeguard the whole infrastructure. Correct. So inside the cybersecurity, we have a lot of domains. Okay. So the domain which we are focusing right now is a VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, right? So it's a moreover offensive kind of a job role. Okay, when I say offensive kind of a job role, it's like doing real hacking on the organization assets by taking the proper permissions for identifying the loopholes and helping them to fix it before someone exploits it. ఓకే సో మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే వలనరబిలిటీ అసెస్మెంట్ అండ్ పెనిట్రేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ లో ప్రాపర్ గా పర్మిషన్స్ తీసుకొని ఓకేనా we do hacking for identifying the loopholes, right? Loopholes is like the entry points for attacker. If the same loopholes are there in the internet, anyone can break into that loophole and they can do some kind of a damage, right? So what we do is, as a ethical hacker, as a penetration tester, okay, we also do the hacking, okay, uh, to identify the loopholes, and we help the internal teams to fix it before someone exploits it, right? If you are identifying and fixing it before hacker finds and break into it, yeah, of course you are saving a lot of uh, bucks to the organization, right? If the same vulnerability, let's say, maybe not fixed it or not identified it, you don't know in what way the hackers can take the advantage of it, right? Suppose if they are stealing all the data, okay, there is a data breach happened. Of course, what happens? The company reputation goes off, right? And you have to pay a lot of fines to the this regulatories, and you will be not be compliant, right? And it will be big security concern for even your customers also, right? So it's very, very important nowadays. Every organizations have this security domain and they're actively spending more amount on it. Okay, this particular industry, right, which is going, I can say 30%, year on year, right? That's where you have more number of openings also, right? But for this, we need the right skills. It is like one of the most demanding area, right? If you Google it also, it will be in the first top 10 and it will be there all the time. Okay. Whatever you're building, okay, let's say if you're building a network, if you're building a server, if you're building a database, applications, right? Whatever it is, right? You need security, right? Without security, yeah, it is not possible, right? Security will always be there. Correct. Yeah. And specifically, when you talk about the vulnerability assessment pen testing, what we do here is in vulnerability assessment, it is like only identifying the loopholes and telling them to fix it. Okay, so it's a process of identifying the weaknesses by performing the scanning, on the assets like systems, networks, or application. Okay. And it helps the organization for finding the vulnerabilities that could be exploited by the hackers, but does not involve actively exploiting them. We only identify the loopholes and we'll tell them to fix it. That's what the vulnerability assessment. Even in this particular domain also, you have the jobs, okay, as a vulnerability assessor. So as a vulnerability assessor, we use certain tools like Nessus, Qualys, okay, OpenVAS. There are a lot of tools are there, right? So I'll just show you how this Qualys tool will look like, right? So this is, of course, a one of the most used tools in the organizations for performing the vulnerability uh, assessment scans. So we have set up this, okay, we have set up this tool for the last batch. You can see it's a trial. Okay, it's a trial. I mean, we don't have, it's a paid one. Okay, we don't have that paid one. It's a trial access tool, I can say, right? So you can see we have installed this, we have performed the scans of all the uh, assets belongs to our own batch people, right? It's like it's like a small project to you. Okay, you install the assets in your all the sorry, you install this Qualys in your all assets and see how many vulnerabilities it is giving to you, and you start working on fixing it so that you will understand what sort of vulnerabilities are there, how to fix it, how this tool is identifying you, kind of a thing. It's like a small project to you, right? This is one part, right? Penetration testing is like going one step ahead. Okay, whatever the issues that you identified in the vulnerability assessment, we exploit those weaknesses. Okay, when you say we exploit those weaknesses, we take the advantage of those vulnerabilities to see till what level we can able to access the confidential information, or I mean what level we can able to modify, delete the things in the uh, system, right? But whatever we do, it's all by taking the proper permissions, okay, within a given timeline. It's moreover like simulated real world attack on the system for I mean to see whatever the identified issues can be exploited or not, like a hacker, right? So this is to assess the real um, risk of the vulnerabilities, right? So yeah, this is what we do it, guys, when uh, you know work as a vulnerability assessor or a penetration tester. Of course, in penetration testing, as I said, you have different domains again: network, web, API, okay, product security. So depending on where you wanted to get started, depending on the kind of a tool skills that you have, you can start, working on it. Got it, right? Yep. Any questions? Yeah. So you have, I mean, Sarita has also shared you the phone number to you. If you have any questions, if you would like to maybe take up offline, still you can get in touch with her, and yeah, then we can also discuss. Okay. Yeah, guys. This is what I have planned for today. All right. Maybe I can just summarize what we have discussed today. Right. So the whole uh, course content, how we have designed, we have discussed the kind of a labs that we are going to use it, like lab setup or giving the labs. Okay. And then, maybe a quick thing where, we discussed about what is cybersecurity, what we do, and what is our role as a VAPT security professional, right? Yeah, guys. Now, uh, you can ask me, right, your questions, and we'll discuss on it.